now we're headed to the Everglades. Never thought I would do something like this, but we're going to go see some alligators. Gator World. Got everything?
I got everything.
Alright, let's go. Just started driving already, sitting in traffic.
Waiting for the bridge to close.
Waiting for the bridge
to go down.
Guess this is one thing I'd have to get used to if I ever decided I wanted to live in Florida. There's a whole bunch of bridges going up at any time. But on our way to the Everglades.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're not in a good mood, just go this way right now, okay? This is a fun one. This is a paradise ride right here, okay, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Listen, from this point on, it is a floating dock. Just be very careful. Watch your step. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How you all doing today? Awesome. Welcome to Holiday Park, folks. My name is Dylan. I'm going to be your captain today. Now, before we get started, I was just wondering, is this anyone's first time to the Everglades? If it is your first time out here, may I see hands, please? I just want to get an idea of who and how many people. A little bit more than half the boat. Not bad, right? Now I need to know, is this anyone's first time on an airboat? Whoa! Really? This is my first time on an airboat too. Yes, I am. But don't worry, because they showed me a 10-minute video this morning on how to drive airboats, guys. Not that bad. How are you today? I'm Dylan. You are?
Christine.
Ladies and gentlemen, one time for Christine, please. Come on, huh? I'm asking everybody to do hard for you right now because I need a big favor from you. Christine, will you do everybody a big favor, please?
We're moving without the captain.
Did you guys all hear Christine?
She said she would.
Christine says she's going to bring this boat back in 1 hour, okay? Thank you, Christine. I'll see you guys later.
You will see a group of birds. These birds are the double-crested cormorants. Double-crested cormorants are water birds. They're also known as the fishing bird. And these birds here can swim underwater for speeds up to 20 miles per hour, chasing their prey and escaping from larger predators. In some parts of the world, the double-crested cormorant is still used as a fishing bird. What people are known to do with these birds are that they will tie a rope around its neck, release it into the water, and wait for it to capture its prey. Once that happens, they pull the bird out of the water and remove the fish from its mouth. The rope around the bird's neck prevents it from swallowing the fish. And that is why the double-crested cormorant is known as the fishing bird. So we're going to get our tour started off right now, ladies and gentlemen, with our first speed trail. Everglades is one of the world's largest ecosystems. It is in fact 100 miles long and 50 miles wide, filled with many different species and animals. But when most people think of the Florida Everglades, they think it's a swamp. And they would be wrong, because the Florida Everglades are not a swamp. It is actually a river. It is the shallowest and slowest moving river in North America. Two types of grass on our tour today. You will see cattail grass and you will see sawgrass. All the grass that you see around us at this time is cattail grass. And cattail grass was introduced to the Florida Everglades back in the early 1900s. And it was put here to be used as a filtration system. They used the cattail grass to absorb any impurities in the water. We call this area Vulture Island because it is home to many different types of birds. But it is mainly populated by vultures. So as we pass by Vulture Island and you look in these trees, you will see the American black vulture. The American black vulture is the bird that will have a gray, featherless head and black body. You may also see the turkey vulture. The turkey vulture will have a red, featherless head and brown body. All vultures are considered scavengers because they feed off everything, from dead animals in the Everglades to garbage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now coming up on our right, we have another native bird to the Florida Everglades. If you're looking to the right side of our boat at this time, laying on that patch of cattail grass, you will see the ahinga, or also known as the snake bird. And the ahinga is known as the snake bird for its long skinny neck and pointed beak. And similar to the double-crested cormorant, this bird will swim underwater to catch its prey.
Everybody out.
No, you just swim and come back and get it.
Oh, thanks, you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, are you all enjoying your ride so far, though?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. No, real quick, I do want to take a few moments out of your tour, though, and try to make everyone a little bit more aware of their surroundings. To also show you a couple very interesting things I know about the Everglades while you're out here. So I'm going to start with your surroundings. I think everybody should be aware of their surroundings while they're out here. Like a little earlier, I mentioned that we would see two types of grass today. Cattail grass and sawgrass. Did everybody hear that? All the grass that you see around us at this time is cattail grass. Cattail grass has two edges, one on each side. It's actually very soft and flat. You can rub it either way, nothing would happen to you. Would you mind passing this around, please, so everybody can feel that? Thank you. This piece of grass, on the other hand, much different than cattail grass. This one here is sawgrass. Sawgrass has three edges. It has two on the sides and one in the middle. If you rub sawgrass the wrong way, it can and will cut you. Not a little paper cut either. Sawgrass has been known to cut to the bone. So please be very careful with this one. From the bottom to the top of sawgrass, you can rub it upwards, like this, with no problems. So that everybody on board can see that it's okay, would you mind rubbing the sawgrass up like this, please? Everybody watch.
Well, it didn't cut you, so.
That's okay, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you are curious, like most people are, and you want to see what it feels like, you can also tap the edge of it very lightly, just to feel those points, okay? Just to feel those points. So that everybody on board can see that that's okay. Would you mind just tapping that edge very lightly, please? Feel those points?
Yeah, it's jagged.
Okay. Whatever you do, just please do not rub right down on there. Now, would you mind just rubbing right down on there so that everybody can see? I almost had it. You saw that? I'm playing. Everybody, please be careful with sawgrass.
Can I ask you a question?
One more thing I want to show you about cattail grass real quick. And this is where it's going to get pretty interesting now.
Oh yeah, you can feel it.
You see, cattail grass was introduced to the Florida Everglades to be used as a filtration system, okay? But once cattail grass was out here, they realized that it had another use. And that other use was to make a bandage. The Everglades bandage. Watch back here for just a couple seconds and I'll make you one. Alright, so if you take a piece of cattail grass, just like the one we passed around, you start off by cutting off the two edges of the cattail grass, just like this, okay? Once you have both edges of that cattail grass cut off, you can now see how it's kind of like white on the inside. Everybody see that? A little bit? Okay, just one more step, one more step. Now, I'm going to split it right open down the middle, and I'm going to pass half of it around so that everybody can kind of touch it, feel it, get an idea of what it feels like on the inside for yourself. There you go, sir. Would you mind passing that around, please? Thank you. But now I can make you that bandage. Watch this. May I use a little part of your C4 moment, buddy?
Sure.
Thank you. I'm going to use this roll right here to where everybody can see. So if you cannot see, just try to gather around. Stand up if you need, okay? Just gather around a little bit. Everybody watch this. So, when you have that, can you see, dear? Yep. Alright. When you have that cattail grass split open like we do right here, what you want to do next is then take a knife. A very sharp knife. Preferably one from our gift shop. Like that in there, okay? I'm playing with you. Press that knife against the grass like this. All you're gonna do next is fillet it, okay? Or skin it, or peel it, whatever word you want to use to describe that. But if you cut the stuff that is inside the cattail grass out like I just did, look what you'll get out of there.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
That will make a material that is very similar to gauze. Right?
Yep.
So if anybody cuts himself while they're passing around that sawgrass, I'll patch you up with cattail grass, alright? Pretty cool, right?
That is very
Now, I'm not done with you guys yet. I'm not done with you yet, okay? See, ladies and gentlemen, my specialty out here, I mean, not only finding alligators and stuff like that, but our survival tips. I think survival tips, very interesting and also good to know. So when I learn a new survival tip, I try to share that information with people. Let me give you one more quick one. The next survival tip I'm going to show you will have to do with these plants in the water called spatterdock plants, okay? When you have a chance, look at these plants. You're going to notice that some of them have a hole in the middle of its leaf. Right in the middle, okay? I'm going to grab one to show you.
Here's one right here.
You see, some of these plants have a hole in the middle of the leaf, right about here, okay? Right about here. See that one up front, pal? Okay. See that little hole? Now what happened right here is that there's a worm called the bonnet worm or the cutworm. This worm has eaten its way inside this plant and it will live in here. Some of the birds that we may see on our tour today, like purple gallinals and moorhens, these birds, they spend all day long going around to these plants and poking holes in the side of them, looking for those worms. If a worm is in there, it will pop its head out through that hole and lunch is served. Nice. But since you guys are on board with Captain Dylan today, and me, I really don't like to just tell people about stuff.
You're gonna get it.
I'm more of a hands-on kind of guy. So ladies and gentlemen, when I find a plant that has a hole in the middle of it like this one does right here, now, it's always good to see if there are any holes poked in the side from the birds first. You can see that, right? You guys can see it? How there's already a little hole poked in the side right there. We're going to check it out anyways. Let me show you what you can do. Right here, at the split of those two leaves, where that hole is, if you apply enough pressure between there, you can crack it right open down the middle, just like that. Sometimes, if a bird has not gotten to that plant already,
Nice.
Ooh, there he is. You're not
Check
going to
that out,
name him,
ladies and
are you?
gentlemen.
Oh, there he is. Look at that.
Check that out, ladies and gentlemen. This is the bonnet worm. Or the cutworm, okay? This is the natural source of food for a lot of the wildlife here in the Florida Everglades. I've also been told that they develop into a white moth. They also develop into a white moth. Okay? I see that again? Everybody? Everybody see that? Pretty cool, right? Alright. Now, one last thing I'm going to show you guys, then we're going to get out of here. But listen, if you have a camera on you, please keep it ready, because I'm only going to do this one time.
Are you gonna eat it?
Tastes like chicken.
Now, there are good parts of my job, and there are bad parts of my job. Like any job, right? Driving airboats and looking for alligators, snakes, and birds, that's the good part of my job. Sounds fun, right? When I get down here and I do survival tips, that becomes the bad part of my job. Let me show you why. Now, I'm going to go slow so everybody can get a good picture of it. So please, keep those cameras ready, okay? Up front, can you see, pal? All right, here we go.
Hi. Bon appetit.
You need tequila with that.
Hold on. Before I do this, I don't want to be rude, because I'm not that guy. My mom raised me to be a gentleman. Would anybody care for a piece?
Yeah, we're good.
Her right here? No. All right, okay. Don't say I didn't ask. Keep those cameras ready, folks. Here we go.
Part where you vomit.
All right. No more playing around.
Tastes like chicken.
Let's get serious. Time to man up, Dylan.
He's waving at you.
I'm just playing with you guys. When I start eating worms, you know I've been in the Everglades a little too long, okay? But ladies and gentlemen, if anyone on board is interested to view it, what I will do is I'm gonna grab another leaf, one that does not have a hole on there already, and I'm gonna put that little guy on there like this. I'll break off a big handle so that, would you mind? Thank you, pal. Everybody can pass it around. You can get a good picture with it with yourself. But the reason why I'm telling you about this right now, if you were ever lost or stuck out here and you did run out of a food supply, for survival, you could eat them. They're not poisonous, they're not venomous. Personally, I would actually try to use them as bait. Maybe to catch a fish. And then you could always survive off a fish, right?
Yeah.
So, that bandage, that worm, ladies and gentlemen, just a couple survival tips about the Everglades today. Thank you all for your patience. Thank you so much. Worm and that bandage. So now, I want to give you a rescue tip. A rescue tip. In case you were ever lost or stuck out here and you needed to be rescued. Just something to keep in mind. Now, I hate to bother you guys for this, but I need a volunteer for this one.
You have to eat anything?
I need some, I'm sorry?
You have to eat
I'm not going to ruin the surprise. I just need a volunteer for this one. Anyone, please? Do I have to start picking people?
I'll volunteer.
You're going to help me out with that. What's your name, sweetheart?
Dope.
Doe. Ladies and gentlemen, one time for Doe, huh? Come on. Thank you, Doe.
Sure.
Doe, if you were ever lost or stuck here in the Everglades and you needed to be rescued, when you get back to land, do you know what may be on land waiting for you?
Food and water.
Food and water. That's a good guess. I'm thinking news cameras, though. Right? News cameras.
When she needs her lipstick.
Well, no, that's what I'm getting to, okay? That's what I'm getting to. There's going to be news cameras around. So, we all know Doe, and Doe wants to look her best for those cameras, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm talking about. You've been in the Everglades for a day or two and you're not in a good mood, but I'm going to cheer her up right now. Watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, on your way back to land, reach out of the boat and grab a pretty flower. Okay? Would you agree, Doe? It's pretty?
Yep.
Now, I cleaned it off very nicely for you. You can ask this gentleman right here, there's no worm inside of it. How about that side?
No.
We're good, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So you start off by hanging the flower upside down like this. Right here at the top of it, you put a little cut. I'd say halfway through. When you put that cut halfway through, from there, you can then break it back without breaking it off. See that? Break it back and then pull down. Do the same thing to the other side the same way. Break it back, pull it down. If you can keep that rhythm up for a couple of seconds by doing one side and then you do the other side, keep doing that. When you get close to that flower, watch this. So, what I need from my volunteer right now, all I need you to do, please, is turn around and look straight ahead for 1 moment. There you go. Perfect. Just like that. Do not look back, okay? You might hear a bunch of noise from everybody on the boat, but just try not to look back. Ladies and gentlemen, now that we're close to that flower. Hold on, don't look back yet, though. Hal, would you mind doing me a favor, brother? I can't reach out. Don't look back yet. An Everglades necklace!
You told me on Facebook.
And ladies and gentlemen, those are not available in our gift shop. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you, Doe.
You're welcome.
That's a cool pistol or whatever.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please keep all body parts and objects inside the boat. Thank you. In their natural environment, such as the Florida Everglades, an alligator's diet consists of fish, birds, lizards, turtles, snakes, people named Christine, small mammals. They've even been known to prey on other alligators. Male alligators will in fact eat their own young.
Turn around the other way.
Something that you may not have known about alligators. Did you know that if you can safely measure the distance between an alligator's eyes and nose, and then you turn those inches into feet, you would have your estimated length of that alligator. So you do not have to see an alligator's whole body to tell how big they are. All you really need to see is its head. For example, right here, you would spot about 8 inches between this alligator's eyes and nose, making this roughly an 8-foot alligator. The average alligator grows to be
something right there,
13 feet
too.
long and can weigh up to
Something right
800 pounds.
There's something right there.
Largest alligator ever found here in the Florida Everglades, at least on record, was 15 feet long and close to 1,000 pounds.
Where?
There's another animal over there. It just popped up out of the water.
In the middle of all that vegetation, there is another North American alligator. We're going to go check out once we pass by the South American iguana one more time on the
I don't know
left
if you
side.
saw that bird.
I don't think he saw the bird either.
Huh?
I don't think he saw the bird either.
See the bluebird? Did you see that bluebird? That was cool. You didn't see it? It was a bluebird.
Another piece of wildlife just popped up before we head back to that alligator. And purple gown birds will spend their days among the vegetation looking for food. While they're out here, they do leave themselves vulnerable to larger predators. Not only alligators and snakes, but even other birds.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
In captivity, alligators can live up to 100 years, and in the wild, their life expectancy is cut in half. Here in the Florida Everglades, an alligator's life expectancy is usually 40 to 50 years.
Also pretty darn big, so I'm gonna make sure I'm not gonna pull up my back here. All right, buddy, it's time for work, big guy. There we go. All right, man, you're getting too big for this. No more chihuahuas for you. All right, guys. Now, you know, usually when I pick up an alligator that is bigger than I am, people like clap. Cheers, anybody out there? Yeah, it's a live show, like a live audience. Now, he's 9.5 feet, about 250 pounds. If you guys want a picture, please hurry up. And we're gonna go set him down right here in the sand. Grab him over the jaws very carefully. Woo. Easy, buddy. Hey. Okay, now he just snapped at me right there, and that's enough that if my hand were to slip an inch, he's gonna rip my hand off. And yet I noticed that most of y'all didn't change your expression. Remember, this is actually real. I have to say that every show because I look at the audience, and most people give me that same blank stare like they think they're watching TV. Now, if you guys take a look inside that mouth, there are 80 teeth in there, 40 on top and 40 on bottom. They can actually break the teeth off, grow them back, and they cycle through about 3,000 teeth in their life. Now, that comes in handy because they can bite down with an entire ton of force within that mouth, 2,000 pounds per square inch power. Y'all do not look impressed with that number. Think about it. That's enough power to snap any bone in the human body or flatten your head. If you're not impressed by that, it's because y'all are on the wrong side of the fence. Trust me. Now, even though they bite down with all this power, you can actually hold your jaw shut with just one hand. All that strength is in closing, very little for opening. So if you're ever about to be attacked by one, remember, just simply turn around and grab the jaws.
Right, yeah.
No, you run for your life, guys. Now, we have all these alligators in here for a reason. Okay, we did not capture them in the Everglades. We actually caught all these gators in the city. These are nuisance gators. Come out of people's backyard, swimming pool, he ate fluffy, things like this. Now, it happens a lot, actually. Now, once he sends these dogs, they send out a trapper to capture and kill him. Unless that dog's a Pomeranian, then they let him go to eat more of those things. Now, unfortunately, the state of Florida kills several thousand nuisance gators a year. Very sad, it's not his fault. It's usually a nuisance person, and by that I mean people who feed them. Now, once you feed him, he learns to associate you with food. You don't have food, you are food. That's why it's against the law to feed them. Now, what we do here, we do our shows with these nuisance gators instead of him being shot and killed, which you appreciate this, right, buddy? Now, the state of Florida does not allow the release or relocation of nuisance gators because of their homing ability. Even if I took him 100 miles away, give him a few months, he'll go back to the same backyard he was caught from and eat the replacement dog. Seriously. And if you guys want to learn more about what we do, we have a show on Animal Planet called Gator Boys. You guys ever see the show? Yeah. Awesome. Very good, guys. If you've not seen the show yet, check it out. We do film it right here at Holiday Park. If you watch a few of the episodes, you'll see a tall, handsome guy that looks like this. Now, gator wrestling is not like wrestling in a ring. I'm not trying to hurt, headlock, or body slam before alligator. It's actually techniques used by the Seminole tribe where they would hold jaws shut between your chin and your chest, allowing your hands to be free to take out a rope and tie the jaws shut. Obviously, putting a seat against my throat does not sound very safe. Would you guys like me to demonstrate it for you? Yeah, what could go wrong? Now, it makes a cool looking photo, and I give you a thumbs up, or if it does go horribly wrong, just switch your camera to video. You gotta have dark humor around here. So very carefully, guys, here we go. Okay, so enough of that. Thank you, guys. So that's how they can actually do it. Now, the big question, of course, why aren't they all attacking me? Why aren't they more aggressive? How am I still alive? And why do you guys look disappointed I'm alive? Now, when they first come in from the wild, they are very defensive. They try to kill me because they think I'm going to kill them. They're afraid. Now, once they realize I'm not going to hurt them, we do an animal-friendly show. They're a lot more calm, relaxed. He tolerates a lot of this because he knows I'm not going to hurt him. Now, they also know, more importantly, that if he messes with me, I may can do the show instead. You get where I'm going with that? Now, that's not a joke. My work team means I do about 15 shows a day. I work with every single one of them. That's when you see me walking around, I step next to him, he keeps his head down. He's like, don't pick me, don't pick me. Now, does that make them my friends? Are they tame training? Can I trust him? Absolutely not. You have to remember they are still wild animals, so there's no bond and there's no friendship. If I were to trip and fall or my hand slips, something goes wrong, he's going to rip my hand off and eat in front of me without thinking twice or feeling bad. And in fact, one of my coworkers here got bit about 3 months ago. He got 12 stitches across the hand here. Another guy that works here actually had his thumb ripped off and eaten by an alligator. Another guy that used to work here had his hand completely snapped backwards, hanging limp the other direction. I can keep going if you don't have the idea yet. Yeah. This animal is an alligator. It is not a Labrador, okay? There is no bond, there is no friendship, they're never tame and trained, and they don't know you like a dog. Now, if you handle him correctly, that's okay. Now, as you see, if I handle him correctly, it's no big deal. He's tolerating a lot of what I'm doing. But again, if I have a mistake, I do something wrong, he will bite you. There's no doubt about it, guys. Now, right behind the eyes are the ears. Now, they can seal off their ears, their nostrils, and the back of the throat. Although they live in the water, they don't breathe underwater, but they do hold their breath for 6 hours at a time. Now, being in Florida, you guys are also lucky. Florida is the only place in the world where you have the choice of being eaten by an alligator or a crocodile. It really is. Now, there's many differences, but the easiest way to tell it apart is that the alligator has a rounder, broader snout. Crocs have a more narrow, pointed snout. Alligators are darker. Crocs are lighter. Gators are usually freshwater. Crocs usually saltwater. Although you can actually see the two of them together. I've seen gators and crocs in the same pond. They don't kill each other for looking different like people do. But come on, current politics, that's the best joke in the show. Now, I have one more trick, guys. Before I do it, I also want to tell you about myself so you don't think I'm just some redneck. I see the stairs of judgment out here. I actually have a bachelor's degree in environmental studies from Florida International University, so educated redneck. Yeah, no, really. I'm actually a published author, photographer, and conservationist. Not only do I work with alligators, also crocodiles. I was just down in Costa Rica. We caught a 14-foot croc. I also work with venomous snakes, sharks. I used to work with penguins, although the penguin wrestling show never worked out. Now, the catch is that working at this rescue, I am a volunteer to liability. That way, if he did rip off my hand, I get a get well soon card. That's not a joke, that's my life. As a volunteer, there's no insurance or hourly pay, and I do the show for free in the hopes you guys enjoy the show. So if you have fun, you laugh, you learn about gators, I greatly appreciate any goes and tips right at the end. Even $1 goes towards my outstanding hospital bills. And the last thing I'm going to say, guys, is not a joke. Do not attempt anything you've seen me doing. Here we go. Hey, buddy. Ooh. Big fella. Relax. Good boy, at the end of the show, I'll get you a Yorkie. And he loves those little dogs, guys. Alright, now, like I said at the beginning, remember this is real. I'm going to be risking my face ripped off for the general entertainment of the audience. So before I do that, I need some motivation. You guys enjoy the show? Woo! Alright, guys. Here we go. Very, very carefully.
Smells great, by the way. Now, very careful to get as much close.
That's enough of that. Thank you very much. Guys, thank you to the alligator. Give him the applause. You did a good job, buddy. Alright. We're going to do for you guys now is we're going to take out our baby alligator and a snake. You can catch a credit hold for any photo. Any photos of the show, I love seeing them. You can tag me on the social media board right here. If you have any questions for me, I'll be standing strategically by the big tip jar at the end. You guys enjoy the show and have fun? Yes.
Thank you.
I know. I'm going to get it. Thank you very much.